Breaking news, baby dolls. PulseChain is pumping and pDAI is up 22% in a day. Can you see pDAI up here? This means something special has occurred. Check it out, friends. Level 1, Cattie's FUD reclaimed 0.3 cents. Do you remember, friends? Cattie dropped her ring, her sorcery ring. Do you remember? We got some extra special abilities from Cattie. And then level 2, Richard Hart's FUD level, 0.4 cents. Do you remember we defeated Richard Hart, boss level, and Richard dropped his top hat. And we put his top hat on. We got some extra luck. And luck is a useful ability because it gives you bonus chance to evade attacks, like he evades SEC, evading Interpol, just running away during the bear market, okay? But now, this thrust of plus 25%, look what happens, friends. Level 3, Maria's FUD level right here. Maria Glitterpants' actual underpants has been dropped for us to pick up and equip ourselves for the next bull market phase. 0.5 cents. This is critical. This is where it all started. Can you believe it? We've reclaimed it. All of it, officially. 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. Here we are right now. Of course, I have to do the honors, friends. I will now equip these underpants because this is going to give us a special ability to evade. Ha! We're going to evade all the soy boy cheats. Try catch me now. Try catch me now. I'm going to show you why it's going to help us through the bull market. There's a scene in The Simpsons. This is the when I'm talking about underpants, friends. This is exactly the scene I'm talking about.
Get bosoms! Who's got a wet towel? Come here, you butterball.
Don't make me run! I'm full of chocolate!
Oh, man, this is exactly what I'm talking about. What now, huh? What now? What now? You check it out. So Maria has dropped her glitter pants officially. We are now above 0.6 cents. We have achieved greatness. This was a bull flag. Boop, 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 boop. Here we are right now. What comes next? Well, because it's a bull market, it means oh, man, it's funny. We were meant to go to 0 for the 3rd time. What happened? Do you want me to do the return you got for buying the Gravestone emoji now? Come and check it out, friends. Do you remember this day? Look at this. 19th of April, Gravestone emoji day. It is now up a whopping 2,400%. You're up 25x if you put $1 in. For every $1 that bought that dip. When everyone said, this thing is dead. Just admit you're wrong and it's dead. 25x in 112 days. That's wild. Not financial advice, by the way. It can go to 0 right now. It can be 0 right now before I've even looked at the monitor. It can go to 0 for a 3rd time. So I don't know what's going on. Man, it's funny though. It's funny that everything we teach about, and I show you buying the depression, fading the crowd, doing research yourself, trying to see if there's asymmetric information, an advantage you can get. It pays off huge, friends. This is literally markets. This is the most pure form of markets. That's why, friends, I tell you, PulseChain is a blue ocean chain because everyone here, there's no sharks, okay? There's no one to compete against. There's not many people, very low amount of people. Only 8 to 10,000 daily active users. So people, if you go watch other mainstream KOLs, they go, oh, nobody's using it. Nobody's using it. That's exactly what you want, bro. You want to buy New York before it's New York. You want to buy New York when it's just a patch of grass on the floor. You want to get the land early. You want to join a network early. You want to be early. You want to buy Bitcoin before the president wants to buy it. You know what I mean? You want to own something before everyone else comes in. Not when you've had 1.5 years of running up, aka Soylana, and now you've got an LA vape cabal. Do you want to be early? Do you want to be late? Lucky for us, by the way, within PulseChain, I mean, pDAI is a cult within a cult. So we're going to go through all the PulseChain prices. I will continue to wear Maria's pants, of course. We're not going anywhere, though, until we equip these bad boys. Okay? I'm just saying one thing. Good luck to any elite level boss that tries to take us on now. You have absolutely no chance. No chance, okay? They don't know what's going to hit them, friends. They have no idea what's coming, yeah? StableCoin SuperCycle. Oh, what's that? A stablecoin that pumps? Oh, what's that? You're not even calling yourself a stablecoin? Oh, no, why does this thing keep going up? That makes no sense. It's meant to go to zero. Why is it going up? You know, you can learn this the easy way or the hard way. Life's going to teach you, all right? You will learn. Now, what I'm going to do is show you, once again, all the PulseChain prices, friends. 7%, 10%. Hex did a big move up yesterday. It's just right now it's break even from just a day ago, but it did a huge 25% rally. Went up, pDAI going up 24%. Let's have a look at the prices. None of this is financial advice, by the way. Like I say, friends, crypto can go to zero in 2 seconds. I haven't checked the monitor. In 1 second, I can look and it's at zero. All right, I remember that day when pDAI went to zero for the second time. It can literally be zero right now. This is astrology, okay? So you want to see some astrology? I'll show you some astrology. This is PulseChain. Now it's 2x the SAC price. I hope we go 10x, G, bull flag, and then another 10x. And I hope that completes the 100x move. I hope this is 10, and then that's 10. That's what I hope. I've given you Secret Alpha video from before, where the actual real Richard Hart coin move happened in 2021 after Lord Fart himself said the top was in. Okay? It didn't matter when the actual top was in. It mattered when he said it was in. Okay? So maybe we'll be relying on such a signal again. Okay? And he's not going to say, oh, I don't think this time he's going to say the Bitcoin top is definitively now in. Okay? I think he's going to make a generic post. He might be like, you know, it seems like everybody in the world has now bought into Bitcoin. He might say something like that. And you don't never know, friends. Maybe Lord Fart, maybe he's watching my videos and channels as well. There might be a point where we hit December this year. I'm hoping Bitcoin's like 250K or whatever, and it goes parabolic. And up here, maybe Michael Saylor's, for example, maybe his average price, it's no longer 73,000 now, like it is now. Maybe it goes to 100 and maybe just flashes to 130 in like 1 or 2 months. And maybe he buys like a gargantuanly huge amount. Like maybe he gets like 30 or 40 billion dollars in a period of months, like a ridiculous amount of money, and the price drops like 10%. You know, and just showing you like or the price just goes flat. And everyone's like thinking, wait a minute, this guy just bought $40 billion of something, 40 billion, and we're going sideways. This is not good, right? He's being distributed on, okay? It might come to that point. Like I said, you're waiting for, I guess, Richard Hart's bat signal, yeah? And to show us that the next part might come in. Now, I don't know if he's going to do the next part, friends, because the game always changes a bit, etc. So none of these are guarantees. I'm just showing you this what happened last time, yeah? Also, you probably want to know, hey, Sommi, why don't we run earliest? Okay, go ask him. Okay, but I'll tell you now, if Richard, you got to think, friends, okay, Richard's a multi-cycle dude. So he wants the highest price pump. So he needs the highest price, which means you got to pump last, okay? Because if you pump first, people use your coin as exit profit liquidity for the other junk, okay? He doesn't want that. He wants everyone else's stuff to be used for us. You get it? He wants all the FOMO and everything else built up then for everyone to come in. That's exactly what happens because think about it, friends. You have all these people watching the biggest mainstream KOLs. They have shelves and pantries in their homes full with Listerine because all they've been doing is sucking on the toes of the LA vape cabal. That's all they've been doing all day, and they still haven't made it. And they're reading all these influencers saying, keep clicking, new altcoin, this is going to work. And they're going to realize at the end that they've wasted the whole bull market. They still haven't made it. Okay, but as PulseChain starts to do that first wave, what they're going to see is, friends, they're going to see you guys are going to help me, all right? You're just going to show me anonymously, okay, just show me screenshots of portfolios. And you're like, as this is PulseX, right? As this goes up, you know, that's all your friends just keep sharing. I'm telling you, all you need, as soon as this money goes up, it's like wildfire. You just say, oh, I've DCA'd 20,000 and now this thing is worth 120,000. So that's about a 6x. So maybe your average price would be here. Where's 500%? There it is. So when maybe PulseX is like 1.6x sack price, everyone's going to be like, hey, I'm just making money because I'm winning at this, right? And what's going to happen is all those people who believe in nothing, their hearts will eventually start to fire up because they'll slowly realize something's wrong with this picture, where they think they were outsmarting us by constantly cheating, trading, being scum, subscribing to Orange's Potion Alpha thing, getting rinsed, following this cupsy pimple-faced kid who's dumped on all his copy traders, he's got an average hold time of 1 minute, and all these guys are like, ha ha ha, I'm going to be the greater fool who's going to outsmart the other greatest fools. No, all of you are fools. You're all fools, okay? And the only way most people can win is long-term holding. That's it. Because the longer you hold, the higher the probability is you are getting price growth from someone who comes in with a long-term view, takes supply off the market, puts it in their back pocket, and doesn't touch the coin for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6+ years, 7 years, 10 years. Okay? That's how everyone wins. Okay? If you're constantly cheating around, it's PvP. And guess what? Player versus player, it's more like it's winner versus loser. Yeah? And 99% of people are losing because you don't have any edge. Your edge is actually negative for most people. Why? Because you and I, we're following, like, you know, the obese guy here, or this guy sticking his toes out on stream, or the prostitute cabal. We're following these people. You are their yield. You are the attention. You're the money. You're the dollar that gets expelled, right? So some people get it, some people don't. Everybody eventually learns it. It's just some people learn it at the bottom of the next bear market, and we learn it before the top of this bull market. You know what I mean? So let's go and check it out as well. We have, I've shown you PulseChain, PulseX. Let's go check out Hex, friends. This is the Hex, P-Hex to Pulse ratio. Ratios are cool, but, you know, no one really understands them. So hopefully this is 1.3 cents. I really hope we flash up 10x for Hex, flash up 10x, come back down, and then maybe Richard Hart has called the top, and then we do another final rush up, maybe 50 cents to $1. That'd be great if that actually happens. I don't know, right? No financial advice. It's all total astrology. Now, incentive token as well, greenest logo in crypto, ready to move up. You can actually see, friends, the Ink Pulse ratio is still moving sideways, which pretty much just shows you Ink is just Pulse. Okay, but this probably just zips up, all right? We've got some interesting dates coming, yeah? I'm not a fan of these big... let's actually play some fairy music from Zelda, friends. Just to interlude us. So, we do have key dates. August 23rd. All right, I don't like countdowns. Don't believe it. I don't care, okay? Because countdowns, it's how you get manipulated. Something's coming. Even in UFO world, they go, oh, there's going to be a big announcement in 2027. 2027, the aliens are coming. They're going to talk to us. It's going to be changing the world. Just shut up and sit down, bro. There's been a countdown of a calendar every 3 to 5 years for literally thousands of years, okay? And guess what? Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. You know it, all right? Change is incremental, and it goes exponential, but pretty much day to day, nothing happens, you know? So we're building up towards all of this. There's going to be friendship and kindness. Hopefully as Hex goes up as well, derivative plays like Icosa resurrects as well. This is Icosa. 4-5 cents. So we got a long way to go. Now, as pDAI goes up, oh man, because it's a spear, it's been pretty nice. It's at a value of 135. This August 23rd date, friends. August 23rd, what's happening there? There's 2 dates that line up. There's Richard Hart. He's marketing gifts, land wherever they're landing. 200,000 addresses received the gifts on August 23rd. And coincidentally, such a coincidence, right? LibertySwap Finance will release their privacy pool swap. So it's going to charge 0.5% for a swap, but it's going to be USDT and USDC. So it uses railgun technology. We actually have privacy. Not because right now you can do it on Tornado Cash, but it doesn't route multi-chain. You got to go into Ethereum and do stuff. So LibertySwap Finance, I think it's going to let you conduit from anywhere in. So it's funny, friends. You know how we always say we're the best tech, we're the best tech. You know how you watch Ivan, some of you guys always messaging, what about PulseChain? Ivan's like, nah, there's no tech, man. There's no tech. You're just an EVM fork. You don't even have all the updates. This LibertySwap Finance actually makes us the best tech. Okay, it actually does. And what I mean by best, I mean unique advantage that no one else is competing on. Because what people will, if it's just like a car, okay, you can make the fastest car, okay, but you're not a Ferrari, bro. No one wants you. You're not a Ferrari, yeah? So if you're trying to compete to be the fastest car, like you can go make some little Chinese robot car. Maybe it does 0 to 100 or, 0 to 60 miles and whatever. It's like, 2.33 seconds. And the Ferrari's like 2.34. Like, no one gives a crap. You know what I mean? Like, every 18 to 30-year-old, if they dream about winning and making it one day, they're thinking about the Ferrari. They don't know, like, your little Squid Games robot car. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter. Okay, so they're all competing on speed. So speed becomes commoditized. Yeah? This is privacy. Okay. Now, privacy, I know it's not sexy for you and me because, friends, the government's not trying to shut you and me up, bro. We got $27 to our name. You know what I mean? The government's trying to shut up Justin Sun when he hasn't bribed Trump family yet. The government's trying to shut up Richard Hart, right? They're trying to shut up people who are keeping everyone red-pilled. Yeah, that's what they do on average. I cover it in the UFO videos. You saw the reptilian shape-shifting stuff. There's a lot of things out here where there's a common theme, okay? Anybody who speaks about abusing women, abusing children, killing people, doing a lot of alcohol, self-harm, and all these other stuff. So the people who control the media, obviously, whoever's on top, they're like, oh, that's totally cool. That's totally fine. But when someone speaks about lizard people, or maybe a Zubat didn't have sex with a Pokeball to make the zombie virus, when you speak about that, when you speak about, did that third Jenga tower really fall by itself? Interesting. When you start to ask real questions that kind of like shines a light on the fabric of our reality and how it's all constructed. Yeah, they press the nuke button. Nuke them all. Okay, so people who are like just keeping people smarter or asking questions is very inconvenient for the government. Okay, and yeah, you might want some stable coins that have privacy features, won't you? So there might be also, friends, there might be an indirect positive consequence from this, So the fact that Richard Hart's enabling... I don't know who it is. Could be anyone. I'm not allowed to say that. Some people cry. Oh, it's not Richard. If it was Richard, he would tell us it was him. So whoever it is, operating on Richard Hart's chain with privacy... coincidentally just saying his exact same talking points from 4 years ago. I wonder who it is. Could be anybody, Could be Spoonie. Anyway, whoever this mysterious figure is, one of the unintended positive consequences from all this is that when you have a privacy pool and you have privacy tech, it might give confidence to people who might want to whistleblow stuff in the future, or they now feel more confident to, go against the grain of the system, the matrix. Yeah? Because now they're like, hey, you know what? If there's a privacy pool here and I can privately move money through and still end up having liquidity to my spending merchant card, that means they can't actually shut me off because they don't even know where my wallets are because it's all private. It's anonymous. Okay? Because that's how society works, right? That's freedom and liberty. So then these people are like, you know what? It's okay for me to go and like leak, whistleblower item A. I wouldn't mind sharing with you this information about how the system is rigged here. This might be one of the unintended consequences because so we have the technology first. Friends, it's just like pre-internet, you couldn't say much beyond the newspaper. Because the government could just shut down the newspaper, right? Governments could just lie about any country and anything out here. Now with the internet, if government tries to do anything, right, abuse their people, oppress, you literally you're talking and you're recording the people in 2 seconds, right? It's harder to cheat the system, right? Doesn't stop them from doing it, but it's harder now, right? but you needed the technology first, right? So this is something where maybe crypto levels up now, right? Now Tornado Cash is not just the privacy solution for people, right? Because you have to go through Ethereum and then the VPNs and stuff out here, right? Now we actually have an alternative. So this actually levels up the chain. But no one's going to believe unless the price is up, okay? Because, like, look, here's the thing. Obviously, most people, it's not sexy to them. Why? Because PulseChain's half sack price, okay? If I put PulseChain to 7x sack price and I start writing privacy SuperCycle, people just correlate the green candle with privacy SuperCycle. They go, oh, I know why it's pumping, because of privacy technology. You know what I mean? And then, like, you know, friends, you throw in the N-word, the narrative, people will attach themselves to it no matter what, okay? So we're trying to reverse engineer all the success here. But the most important part is the N-word, this narrative doesn't even matter, bro. The privacy doesn't matter. We are the value, you see? All of us stayed here. Hex went down 99%. PulseChain and PulseX wrecked after 4 years. Doesn't matter, still here. Conferences every year. Do you see? That's the actual value. So, I mean, you even learn from XRP, friends. So, everything's starting to move up. That's great. I'm still surprised. I mean, pDAI literally flying through the moon as I refresh it here. So, I want to give you this very special update. Obviously, friends, hottest topic always is when's pDAI going to peg? I wish I knew, brother. You know, friends, like, I wake up every day. I'm like, man, I wish this Richard messages me. He goes, hello, you are the chosen one. You must not guide them anymore. If he just sends me that message, literally before, friends, if I just read half of that sentence, I'm already like borrowing every credit card illegally I can get just to dump it in. That's what I'll be doing. Because I've always said, the bet on this thing is that he's involved or not. That's why I even said, is anybody even prepared for his electronic gift to even have some sort of mention about pDAI? The market has not priced that in at all. Okay, so right now it says 0.6 cents. A dollar would be 144x. I am very open to the fact that it could go between 7 and 14 cents, and then it comes down, and you all want to kill me again. Okay, maybe it goes from, like, you know, 14 down to 3. So let me just show you, like, oh, that's pretty cool from here. No, friends, because that's what, firstly, let me just show you what the chart's going to look like, okay? That's what it's going to look like if that happens, okay? It's going to go, whoa, bang, and here we go, back to 3 cents. By the way, that's exactly what it did here. You see what I mean? That's exactly what it did here. Yeah, friends, remember Ivan's making fun of us down here. He goes, you stupid pDAI guys. This thing's garbage. This thing's garbage. You know, everyone else out here. And then, like, okay, if that happens, it's game on, all right? And I'm very aware that the higher this price goes, maybe the whole of PulseChain, all the KOLs actually take a position. I know you're going to take a position. Like, I know what you guys are thinking, you know. What an embarrassment it would be to you if this turns out to be real and you were here the whole time and you let people bridge in from another chain who hate Richard Hart, who didn't participate in the sacrifice, who literally want nothing to do with us. Wouldn't it be a shame if they came in and their first reaction was to get some pDAI and then they're buying cheaper than you? Like, personally, I would feel upset with myself because, like, you're here every day, bro. You're literally here every day and you let the non-believers come and buy cheaper than you. That's the, okay, but I'm not trying to push anybody or do anything, okay? Because it went to 0 twice. You know what I mean? But that would just, you got to admit, that would be, what a shame that would be, because you literally had a dude dressed up as Link right now, okay, with his peg nipples and his glitter pants underwear. You let a dude tell you first cycle unicorn 300 times, 5 videos a day. It's not even human. You know what I mean? And you're just like, la, 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 can't hear you. And I'm like, okay, dude, forget the story, bro. Forget the N-word. Aren't you at least a bit curious how something was meant to go to 0 for the second time, and then it did tick 0, but it actually started recovering? You're mildly curious? You know what? Like I said, everyone's going to learn. It's either hard or easy. So, some astrology friends, where do you think PulseChain's going to be by the end of this year. Just taking stabs in the air, friends. It could be that our first wave runs into Dikembe. Richard Hart calls the top. And then as we go down, and then the big real wave comes next year, February, March, April. And I'm hoping pDAI is $1 by then. Because then you just take profit into that. The ecosystem is symbiotic. And yeah, just total guessing, by the way. It's almost like, because remember, these things move exponential, friends. Like, let's just show you, if we go back and see Hex's move, okay, from 2021, it feels like you were winning forever, but it wasn't. If you actually check it out, Hex from September, think about here. So Hex from March, it was pretty much, let's go down here, it was at 0.7 cents, okay, from March, yeah? And check it out, 6 months later, so pretty much 180 days later, it is up, check it out, it's up 58x. It's in 6 months. So the literally does nothing for it in just 6 months. 180 days, you're up 58x. Plus, by the way, you were earning like 10 or 15% yield on that. So it's really like you're up 63x. If you're just doing short-term yield staking, one day at a time, 3 days at a time, or 5 days at a time, 63x return, just to show you how big that was. And by the way, Richard called the top on Bitcoin here. Okay, so the real move came after. That's why I'm hoping when we move from wherever we are, equivalent, up to here, I'm hoping for PulseChain Core Coin, that's another 5 to 8x and stuff out here. And then maybe when we go down, you see your typical posts from Brandon B, Jim Rat Crypto saying, what a failure, what a failure, what a failure. This is all trash. You work for me now. You suck. Even though I've made 50,000 videos saying the biggest hex move happened after Richard thought the top was in. Okay, so, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Let me know what you think, friends. This is an exciting time. We've conquered Maria's glitter pants. And remember, well, I've got to remind you as well, man. You guys are gonna regret reading the bottom of this, because look how close we are to the global peggening. At 1 cent, we will do the Global Nipple Peggening event. So we're gonna put pressure on every single KOL. You lose the bet. You lose the bet. It hits 1 cent, you lose the bet, because you've got to explain to yourself why the Gravestone emoji day was faded by you. And you said it was going to 0, and this thing ran up 38x. And at that point, everyone's going to change their avatar on Twitter to my peg nipples. I can't wait to see that first comment from a normie, maybe like the Korean Jew crypto guy, or even Scotty Boo Milker, where they're like, why are there 55 people with a picture of Sommi's peg nipples? What is going on here, right? They just got to ask that, friends. They just got to ask that. And then they probably find an Ivan video and he goes, these silly willies, you know, they think this thing's going to $1. And we're just like, hey, man, like, you know, you said it was going to 0 down here, bro. It's up 38x. And it's not, it might not work out or whatever. No, it's literally me coming in, friends. Down here, do you remember down here, friends? And I know you like it down and dirty. I was doing 1v9 Twitter Spaces debates. 1v9. 1v9. Do you remember all those debates down here? It's not like, maybe it doesn't work. We went around. You were here. Friends, go watch the Twitter Spaces. Don't watch it. I went for 5 hours. Multiple. I said, listen, what's your odds you think Richard's behind this? And everyone was like, less than 1%, 0.5%, 0.1%. I was like, oh, wow. I'm like more like 80%, 50%. You know, so look, what do you think, friends? What do you think is going to happen if this thing goes back to 2 to 3 cents? We've got to unlock the new level of FUD. Right? I'm ready for it. When this, by the way, that FUD did happen up here. When we hit 3 cents, the FUD is, it's only 33x to $1. Yeah. Can't wait. Oh no. Something is only going to pay me 33 times the return on my money if I get it right. You know what's funny? Every single person who talks like that not only has been wrong about everything for the past 4.5 years, but has never, not once, provided a thesis video for me or you telling us why something has asymmetric upside and giving us the thesis. Not once. It's always like, nah, I don't know, man, 30 times your money, who wants that? You know what? we'll just let the prices do the talking. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.